Okay, folks, welcome to today's video, today's vlog, which is gonna be a few minutes, and it's gonna be me discussing where we're at with Mind Mob and Magic Silver Room. So, please bear with me because it is a vlog and it's been a while. So we're calling this one Creative Thoughts, back to Magic Silver Room, back to what we used to do. And may I say that things are looking up this year. Year 2020 is going to be our year. We've got 2 blog posts on the go on the Mind Mob blog. On the Mind Mob blog. Posting them after I've done this video, so as you hear this video they'll probably be out, and we've decided that we're going to focus on this channel a lot because we can get to you guys out there. So first of all, we're creating a course. We're trying to hit on all the communities that we did last time. So the Magic Silver Room, the geek community is doing really well, and I've not lost touch with them because they're always asking me, every time I bump into someone, they say, how's Magic Silver Room doing? And it's kind of a magazine that writes itself. I get emails from people saying, hey, how's Magic Silver Room doing? Why is it, and it's not closed. It's just, we couldn't, there's no way we could work it. So how we've done it is we're halving our team basically that we've got. So, a couple of designers on the team will be going over to the Magic Silver Room side of things, and we're only doing the magazine once every couple of months. So and we're doing it like a podcast. We're doing the blog, the WordPress blog, so the posts go out before the podcast every time, and we're doing it once a month because we're trying to get all the stuff in there. So we'll be discussing a lot about all the stuff that's been happening. All the old stuff is staying there, but there's a lot of new stuff that's coming to the forefront. And we're really going out in the community with this. Communities. We're dividing all the communities. So the geek community is one, and everybody talks to each other in the geek community. I this year want to do a meetup at Comic-Con, and we're doing for Magic Silver Room the first time we're going to do it, a meetup. So I've got a plan when the Southport Comic-Con is, and I'm going to go and do a meetup with you guys. If you're a cosplayer, if you're just a goer, we're also going to speak to some of the people there. We're not going to talk to the people that run the stalls. We're going to talk to you guys. So if you're a cosplayer, come on down and we'll meet up with you, and you'll get on the very first Magic Silver Room podcast. And no, you won't get on the very first one because I'm not sure when the Comic-Con is, but we're doing, basically, a lot of people say, are you going to arrange a meetup? And it'd be great if we ask the guys at Comic-Con, can we do a meetup with all the cosplayers, people who want to come down and stuff like that. And we'll ask you questions, because this is the thing. It is a real community out there. There's a real community spirit out there. It's time that we spoke to you guys. The Make It Workshop has been a communal hub for geeks, because the Dalek, the Dalek's been going out and doing its exterminating. And we did do Walking with Daleks last year. So we did do that. And also, speaking of that, we did do a robotics thing a couple of years ago. A robotics thing. So we're going to talk about that as well. All the old Magic Silver Room stuff that we didn't release will be going on our WordPress, our brand new WordPress blog. We're leaving Tumblr, unfortunately. We're leaving Tumblr because Tumblr, I just don't feel the spirit on Tumblr. So we're going to go WordPress. And it's tied to Mind Mob. Now, we're doing another magazine as well called... It's going to be called Design X. It's just a magazine that we're running. Street X Hyper Design, it's called. And it's basically how you in 2020 can survive this waging war on the high street. And so that means that we go on the high street and we advertise ourselves. We do it for free, by the way. It's been promoted through the MJRX. The magazine will not be free, unfortunately, if you want to buy the paperback version, because it will be printed through somebody else. But we're designing all the website and stuff, so it's done through us. And the free work is basically going on the high street and trying to promote you as a business. And so that may be working virtually. You know, how can we set you up? Have you got, if you're a shop owner and you're struggling out there, and it's not just hitting the big shops. There's there's small shops out there that are struggling too. And we're going to be going on to Wesley Street, doing an MJRX video. So you'll see us on the street. You'll see us. There's a very hidden community down there with small businesses. And the thing is, right, we're doing the first one on Wesley Street, and then we're doing another one on Tulka Street. And there's, again, it's an MJRX. It's a free thing. I'm doing a video. I'm doing two videos. I'm doing the one on Wesley Street. I'm doing the other one on Tulka Street. And basically, it's just people come down. People, you know, we can have a Q&A. We can do whatever. But basically, we're trying to help businesses thrive and survive, and we're trying to design them. So, how can they look better? If they're an internet company, they need to work. They need to really have a feel. They need to really have the look and not the feel. So now, what's happening in the business? Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of problems we're facing at the moment because there's too many managers and not enough people working for us. So this year we're getting some designers and developers. I'm sick to death of websites. We haven't said we're a web studio, by the way, but that's something that we're doing this year. We're cleaning up the office, we're cleaning up the act. We're just really going up there and saying, do we really want to do this? Do we really want to, you know, what's our goal and aim in this? And so when we get our team of people together, it might be that the company has a shift and change in what we do. And we want the big work, we don't want the small work. But we're not saying that we're turning our small customers away. The beer website, which I want to talk about. And by the way, I'm going to do MindMob / Magic Silver Room vlogs now. So, because I'm, made a shift. And so, basically, with MindMob, the way it's going, we're advertising for new people, new, fresh blood to come in. And there's a few people in this neighbourhood that we want to work with. We want to... I'll talk about the beer company in a bit, actually, because... Camera, we're trying to tackle loneliness. And here's another thing through the Magic Silver Room as well, that we're trying to do, is build a new community. And how are we going to do it? We're going to try and revisit some places. It might be that you want to be a member of every community that's going. And you can do that. It might be that you want to be a promoter, and so we say, okay, well, you go out and give the news of what's going on for all this and that, the other. Share whatever you need to share and do whatever you need to do. But, as you know, I'm in the autistic community. I'm in the autistic community, and I'm actually doing in my vlog. You'll probably see that I'll have my weekly vlog that I'm putting out. You'll see me wearing. You will see me looking for a disability lanyard, which I thought was very crucial to have, because people don't see, invisible disabilities. I think a cane isn't enough, and I really want to promote that I am dual disabled. I really want to promote that, because not only do I get the help, but if I want to explain, if I go into a shop, for example, I went into the EE shop once, and I had to explain to the person behind the counter that I am autistic, because I was a bit distressed, and then the person in the shop can go, it's all right, you are, you're not just the average customer. I mean, the last time that happened, I went in and the guy was like, oh no, not another one. But when I said that I was Asperger's, he was real. Instead of him going, he was, oh mate, he was really different. I knew he could tell. He was like, oh no, not another one of these people in the shop. But he could tell. I think if you have one of these lanyards in a phone shop, for example, if you go in with a problem, instead of them going, oh no, not another customer, they could go, oh, I'm really sorry, sir. It could be, we can see this has distressed you, and that a lot of our customers have been coming in with this complaint, and we'd rather if I'm glad you've come in to check with us with this text message, because at the moment there's a lot of disability hate and hate crime. I put out in the last Mind of a Burger episode, which is going out on, well, we haven't sort of a date yet. Day that it's going to go out. It might go out on Thursday night. Yeah, it might just go out on Thursday evening. It's going to get recorded every Tuesday night, but it'll go out every Thursday evening. So we've got 2 episodes to put out, and we've got another episode to talk about. But episode 5 is a really important one, because it talks about hate and hate crime. And in this day and age, if you walk into a phone shop and you've had a scammer scam you or something, and instead of the shopkeeper go, not another customer, they would turn around and go, do you know what, mate, there's been a lot of this and that, going on. And I actually spoke with the customer services, and I told them about it, and I told them how the shop treated me, and they were like, well, it's completely understandable. And I think it's going to be good for shop owners as well, business owners, if they see somebody walking through the door with a disability badge. They may ask them, for example, do you want a receipt? Because here's the thing, I've noticed a big problem at the moment with receipts. I've noticed a big, massive problem. I've noticed they don't have to give receipts, but I think it's like a law-binding thing. But if you ask for it, especially if you forget and ask last minute, but they should just give it you anyway. Whether you throw it away afterwards or something. I always take one now, these days, for vital records and so on. And but it may be, if you're in a shop, would you like a receipt, sir? You could say yes or no. But they should give you time. If you pay for it, sometimes, I've asked a pub or somewhere, I was like, I need a receipt for somebody. Can you do the receipt? It's last minute. And sometimes they're a bit funny about writing it down on a piece of paper. You know, they're a bit funny about that. So, you know, I've got a story over Christmas. In fact, I need to give my sister that receipt. I'll say, Rachel, this is from last year, but I went all the trouble to get it. I might just stick it in a room. But it's on like a posh bit of paper. I might just keep hold of it. I went all that trouble to get this receipt, you know. But I think the way that shops, you know, see you, it's visible, you know. If you go in and demand assistance, and I know it sounds, how can I put it? I know it sounds like you're putting yourself out there. I'm trying not to say the R word, but you know what I mean. It's like you're in you know, it's like you're putting yourself down or something. But hey, if you want that service, I mean, if I was fully sighted, if I saw somebody with a lanyard on, I would approach them. If I had a carer with them, I'd still approach, you know, and I'd say, look, you know, would you like this service? We're offering this service, you know. I've had people offer me a wheelchair before today. So I have declined it, and a lot of people say, you know, but I have declined it. But you know, I mean, it's one of those things. If you don't know, if you ask them, it may be a bit too much help. But sometimes, if you ask the person, you never know. They might want it, they might not. It's the choice. It's like giving them a plate full of food. They may not want the whole plate. They may just want a quarter of it, you know? And of course, okay, you cannot ask people for help. I've discussed this in a group because apparently somebody complained that somebody asked them for help. It's stupid. It really is stupid. Now, you know, it's just, you know, obviously there's some members of staff, if they approach you and they say, I'm sorry, you know, would you like some help? You know, you may say no, you may say yes, you know, and it's your choice at the end of the day. You know, because of a member of staff. Of course, this would be great for a lot of things, you know, because say for example, if you're stuck and they see the landmark, they'll come over and they'll say, "Oh, are you stuck? Can I help?" kind of thing. I do, unfortunately, I will have a sign on there that says "Do not grab me," because some people do grab in this day and age. When I'm at the curb's edge now, I have had to, if they're elderly and frail, they're gonna grab me, right? But I don't push them off. I tell them nicely, "Excuse me, could you not do that, please? You know, you're putting yourself at great danger walking me across the road." Now, I understand if it's a busy road and there's no pelican, you know, and somebody sees the fact. It annoys me when they stop in the middle of the road, get out of the car and cross me over. That really annoys me. And I've had that. I've had it on Pelican crossings. See, Pelican crossings are there. They've got the button. You wait. As soon as that thing beeps, you're clear to go. But also, I think this would be great for drivers as well. You know, they see the lanyard around the neck, they should stop. You know, they should signal. And people have noticed that I don't cross. You know, I will do the waving the hand to make the window go down, or beep the horn. You know, I had one driver furiously beep the horn at me. It was a long beep because I was standing on the curb for ages. But I'm putting my safety first before, I'm thinking, goodness grief, you took a while, you were there for ages, and it was just, I'm not sure if they're going or not. And I couldn't hear their car either. So I weren't sure if they were going or not. And until he beat the horn, But it's like, some people wind their window down to speak. But I think the lanyard should be a signal. If someone's crossing the road, you should give that person a wee bit of time. If they come into, say, a bank, or if they're a little bit nervy for some reason, if they're in distress, or if someone's having a meltdown or something, not like I have meltdowns personally, but if someone's having a meltdown and they've got that lanyard on, or they've got the lanyard, it's a visual clue, you can't see the hell's going on, and and have I seen meltdowns? I've seen a couple in my time. Because usually, like, things get too much. But it should be, the lanyard should be a visual cue that, and it's hard because as an ASBE, it's like I will struggle with certain things, and therefore I'll need it explaining. So, and I'm going to start wearing it in the workplace as well. I've got, when I go to where I work, I think it's good to have it on, because then it just shows that the people coming in, it's strange actually, because my white stick was my cane was on the bench of where I worked, and some school kids came in, and I said, I'm a visually impaired DJ, and they stood there and watched. They watched me control the show, and they were amazed, Anyway, more on the business front. So we're doing more calls this year. We're taking more calls. We've got a tech service which really isn't set up properly, but will be. It's a bit of a messy. The switchboard's a bit messy at the moment, but trust me, it will be set up soon. We'll have a customer services and a brand new setup. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video. It's going out right now, along with another video that I'm doing.